where I couldn't go to work the next day. So that day I was at home, he went to work. We were using one phone. So because he was going to work, the phone was with me at home. So that day the sister called. I look at it, she was the one. So I pick, oh, good afternoon, ma. Where is my brother? I said, sorry, ma, he went to work. Okay. Off the phone, I mean. Not up to 1 hour or 2 hours, she called back again. Where's my brother? I said, auntie, I told you before he went to work. He's not by. I said, no, he's not yet back. It's okay, fine. Tell him their mother is in the hospital. I admitted her. They need I've forgotten the amount of money she said that they need to deposit before they will carry out the operation. I should tell him. I said, okay, ma, no problem. So she immediately dropped the phone. What I did, because there's this locutory, they call it locutory, it's business center where to make up, was down of our house. So I just went downstairs. I went and make a call. I called the mother because I know something was fishing, that this is not a normal. Meanwhile, other things have been taking place anyway. So I went and called the mom where we used to reach the mom. The children were there, so please help me call mama. They were saying, auntie, you give us money. I said, don't worry, I will tell mama to give you, but go and call mama first. Really, they went and called her. When she came, she was panting. What is it? Are you okay? Are you guys? I said, we are fine. We are okay. Are you sure? How is your body? I said, I'm fine, ma. He said, okay. I said, and you, mama, how are you? She said she's fine. That she just came back from farm where she went to harvest cassava. She just came back. I said, okay. That she even put yam in the fire. Want to make part of the day. I wish you are just here now. I will pan for you to eat. I say, mama, thank you. You are not the one to pan for me to eat. I am the one to pan for you. But nevertheless, anytime we come to Nigeria, I will still do the panding for you too. We all eat together. So she laughed and she went back. I didn't tell her anything. I didn't let her know anything. I didn't even tell her that the Mama Samuel said, even me, I even asked, why about Mama Samuel said, are you hearing from them? Say all of them are fine. So then I came back. I went upstairs. So at about 6, 7, the brother came back from work. As usual, I don't have to welcome him with evil story, you know. So he went, had his bath and sat on the dining. I served him. So I dropped the drinking glass just to go to the kitchen and bring the drinking water. The phone was on top of the table. So it was immediately I entered the kitchen, the phone rang and he picked it. He put it on speaker. So I heard when the sister was vibrating. So she didn't tell you. I've called twice or 3 times since. She didn't tell you. She want their mother to die. They admitted her in the hospital. They need so amounts of money to deposit before they will carry out the operation. So I just stepped out of the kitchen to the living room. The drinking glass, he took it and threw it. You know, as I dodged it, it was this hand. If you see this hand today, it don't bend like the way others bend, you know. So the thing hits my hand here because I have to use my hand to dodge it. In all, he said, because you don't have mother, because I don't have mother, I want their own mom to die as well. Though it was painful, that word really touched me. But then I didn't care. All I was still saying, why not go downstairs and call your mom? Why not go and call first? You know, as God was having his way, he listened to me, then he went downstairs and called the mom. The 2 of us went there. So when he called, he asked those people to go and check. They went and called the mom. The mom asked, what is going on? Jenny called me today, you called me. Say, hey, he was not telling the mom that Mama Samuel called and said they admitted you in the hospital, that they need so amount of money like this to deposit before they will carry out the operation. I will never forget this word. Because it was on speaker that the mother said, you saw me say you saw me say you saw me say the phone webo you mind me go boy there, you know. So all those ones, after the call we went upstairs. Well, life continued. Mark you, the hatred I've started. Hatred started from, why did you use left hand to feed my brother? So on this wonderful day, Uyi called and told him that they didn't allow, because the mom gave Uyi some concoction and live snail, Bini call it egile. So they didn't allow Uyi to go with it. Through Molitala Mohammed Airport, they didn't allow him to go with that live snail. So I think when Uyi came, Uyi told him. So that was where another problem came also. Just mark you, we just married, not up to 4 months now. that they are sending concoction for me to drink to be able to be pregnant. You understand? So the know he came, he started problem. You know you will not be able to put to bed to give children. Why did you allow me to marry you? You know, in the process of exchanging word, something else happened. I found myself in the hospital. So right in the hospital, he didn't come because I think it involved police, or the neighbor now called police or something like that. That was how they took me to the hospital. All I know, I found myself in the hospital. I don't know how I got there. Pain, any treatment, they have to take your blood test first. So when they took my blood test, they came back and they asked of him, where is the man? I said, well, I now use somebody's phone there and called him. He was asking, is police? They said, no, there's no police. You come. They need you. So when he came, they gave him the news that I'm embarrassed. That's I'm pregnant, you know. So it was a surprising something. Then he was now pleading with me, I should please, you know. So I said, let's bygone be bygone. But in all, they admitted me, you know, they put me in a bed. So he was there. He went home and told the in-law. We were living in the same street, just 3 or 4 buildings different. So he came, and that one told me, said, Jenny, no problem, we know you are pregnant. So they call him Palope. So immediately he left. Prince took phone and called the immediate senior sister in Nigeria. She be now say she not go fit born. She is pregnant now. She's you know, and that one used over her dead body. She says so. She used Benin to say something over her dead body. Before me, I could drag him and take the phone from him. He has already used his mouth to tell the sister everything. Another battle started. So I was in the hospital. The next day they came to test me. They just took me to the room because all of a sudden cold just came overnight. I don't know where the cold came from. I was shivering. You know, they have to remove me from that room. They took me to the lab to test me and see what is going on. After the test, they came back and said, the pregnancy is not in my womb. The pregnancy is in my pelvis. So they have to operate it and wash it because there's no way pregnancy is going to grow in pelvis. Oh my goodness. I called, man of God, sir, look at what is happening. He said, okay. The doctors, they were really with me, 1 doctor and 2 nurses. They were with me in the room, they put me, you know. He now said, okay, it's the doctor. They say, yes, okay. Pass the phone to them. I passed the phone to the doctor. He spoke with them, and that day was Friday. So he spoke to them to wait in Monday. So as God was really having his way, that of Friday, they didn't carry out any operation. They didn't do anything. So Saturday, the doctor didn't come to the hospital. Sunday, you know, it's weekend, they didn't come. So it was on Monday they came, and they took me to the room. They carried out another test, and they now find out that the pregnancy is now in my womb. So it told me, Felicidad, because the pregnancy is now in my womb, it's no longer in the pelvis. So I have to call Pastor Emma back. He said, well, I told you never to worry. As far as it's God that placed it there, nobody can remove it. So well, I believe in that God. So that was it. After some time, they discharged me. We went home. So when they discharged me, we were home. Prince in-law, the sister husband. Meanwhile, before I came into his life, Prince and the in-law, they were not in good terms. Fine, no problem. But now that I've come in, let's bygone be bygone. Just let's be, you know, just forgive. You are now a man, no longer a boy or a guy. You are now a man. So you have your own family. Now forget about them. So I reconciled them together. So this very day, I think they just discharged me, not up to 3 days or 4 days. The Palope brought somebody to the house. Because we were living in a house, he bought the house. It was 3 bedroom. So it was only 2 of us that was living. So Palope brought one girl to the house. The girl should rent the house. Then I told Prince Ogbegba, I said, no. Me, I need privacy. I don't need anybody. If there's one thing my pastor wife taught me, if you want to be successful in your marriage, take people out of your marriage. If you want to help anybody, you have money, rent a house for them outside, not in your matrimonial home. So I told him I will not. He didn't hear me, went, and the park came, you know, you people will be paying mortgage, you know, the day the month you don't pay on time, they will pull interest on top. You know, why not just allow, at least this will still be assisting. I told Prince, I said, Prince, if it's the money, I will assist. But he didn't listen to me. Well, at the end of the day, I allowed, they put the girl there. That was, you know what is monetary demo. This time around, sickness have started. I will just see that everywhere will just, all of a sudden, everywhere will just dark. Everywhere will just, so that day I went to the kitchen, because in all this period now, and if I drink water, I'll vomit. If I eat, it was vomiting all through. I went to the kitchen. I think I really needed a stew with pepper. I need something with pepper. So I now told him that I need, if it's just pepper, just blend it and boil it for me. He said, okay. So he went to the kitchen and make a stew. I think the girl saw him and they called Palope. This thing I'm telling you, a part took phone and called them in Nigeria, that he is not doing the work of man and woman. And the sister called and said he told me that they send their brother to abroad to take care of them, to take care of the family, not to marry. That I'm more than their brother. Not in age, I'm not older than him, that I'm more than their brother. You understand? In wisdom, in knowledge, and in understanding, in all ways, I'm more than their brother. Okay. Mark you, because she didn't succeed in the first one, using the mother to, to take more, to embezzle money from us. She didn't succeed. So this time around, she's angry. You can imagine somebody that is using our own mom to at least to claim money when your mom is not in any condition of that sort, that your mom, they admitted that they want to operate her. You can imagine such person, if he sees something, we put in one's food to eat and die. So she have already developed that hatred for me. Nothing good she sees again. So that one passed. So this very day, I just went to the kitchen to drink water. That is all I remember last. Everywhere was dark. I think he now took me. I fell down. He took me to the hospital. So it was in that hospital. They called the name of that hospital Arisaka. After some time, the thing increased. They have to remove me from Arisaka to the bigger hospital where they took me to. And that place, I don't even know where I was. They took me to that hospital. I was there. So it was me and him, As I said before, we're using one phone. So I was not having a separate phone of mine this time around. So what happened in that hospital? The first day, he slept in the hospital with me. The second day, the third day. So I think in the second day, somebody called him. And guess who called? It was this brother in our church, Brother Mode. So, and he was telling Brother Mode that I traveled to Madrid to grow. I traveled to Madrid to sell the Hollandaise I'm selling. So it was the fourth day or the fifth day. I pleaded with him that please, when he's coming, he should make pepper soup, hot one for me with, spices pepper soup for me. So this very day when he was coming, he came with one of his friends called Friday. So when they came, I was in the bed with drip, No, before he came, early in the morning of it, they took me in and they did test also. This time around to see the pregnancy, you understand? And they gave me the good news that I'm pregnant of twins. So I was really happy waiting for him to come to give him the good news. So when he came with his friend called Friday. And in that room they put me. Mark you, we were two in that room. Another Spanish woman was in another bed, but in the same room while I was in the other bed with drip on my body, So when he came, I have not told him. He just came, the eyes was up, So the thing I said, so God, if I come out from this bed, the first thing I'm going to do is to braid my hair. That was where he blew off over his dead body. Not in his house, I'm going to do the braiding. I said, guy, hold on. The first time you see me, he's braiding, you saw me with. And that is what I carry, is braiding. So how come he's not? He said it's marine people that braided, not in his house. So guys, now I'm a marine person. You understand this? So quarrel started. That was it. And he took my bag. The bag was by the side of my bed. He just took it. Because one thing about him, when he's angry, anything he says, he break it. He once told me then that there was a day he was angry. He broke the pot of soup the mother just make, that day. True anger, for you to know how anger, the stage of his anger, that he broke the pot of soup, so nobody eats in that house. So with all those, and I'm seeing it in him as well. So I was trying to drag the bag from him as he just took the bag, so I fell from the bed. He ran out of the hospital. So with a friend, and immediately the other lady that was staying in the other bed in the same room with me, the family was with them. They were the one that called the police. Under 2 minutes, my people, the office has filled, the hospital filled up with police in that room. About 5 police just came to the room. So they hold me because I fell down with drip, you understand? When somebody fall like that, you can't just carry the person immediately. They have to call the police, and before the nurse and the doctors, all of them came and removed me from the floor, put me back to the bed. No, they put me in their stretching bed and took me to the other side to treat me because they have to remove me from that room. So the police brought paper. They were writing, they said I should say something. I said no. They said he's the one that phoned me. I said no, he is not the one that phoned me. But he took my bag. It was in the process of me dragging. I want to take the bag because my document was inside the bag for him not to destroy. That's why I was trying to drag the bag, and I fell down from the bed with drip in my body. So some of the police, they went downstairs then to look for him. So I think it's his friend Friday that came with him, know where they parked their car. So he went there. That one was the one that brought the bag upstairs. And so when I looked at the bag, the only thing that was not inside that bag was the house key. He took my house key, my own key inside. And there was this jotter. The jotter was not inside. That was the jotter I put phone number and others. The jotter was not inside. But my document was inside, nothing. He didn't tamper with it. Because the document was about to expire, you know. Because I have to come out from the sick bed and go and renew my document. So he didn't tamper with the document, that was all. So that day he didn't come back again. I waited. The second day he didn't come back. I waited. And mark you, I don't have phone with me. The phone we're using one phone, and that phone, he has it with him. So this time around, I have no phone. I don't even know where the hospital I am. I don't have anybody. Nobody has come. It's only me and him this time, until that Friday came with him that day. So I don't have anybody to call. I don't have anybody number of him. So then what happened? The third day I didn't see him. The fourth day, so behold and lo, the doctor came again and now said they saw something in my pelvis. The same pelvis from the beginning. Now they saw something in my pelvis, so they have to operate it. So Dr. Nieto brought out paper for me to sign, and I signed the paper. So the social woman in that hospital, she's the last person to sign any document they brought, whatever thing they want to do, operation they want to carry out, everybody will sign. But she's the last person to sign before they will carry out operation, carry out whatever they want to do. So having, this thing have caused problem already. I'm now alone in the hospital. That woman now took me as her own daughter. I think it's God and my late mother that used that woman as my helper then. So she saw the paper I signed. What I signed was for them to remove the pregnancy. And mark you, because of this problem he made, I couldn't tell him again that, look at the baby. The baby is twins. I could not tell him again because he just came in with problem. He has not even sat down for us to discuss. The only thing I was saying, if I get up from this sick bed, I'm going to braid my hair. He has not even sat down, or maybe for us to even ask me, how are you today? He just enter with that face, you understand it. So this time around, when the lady saw the paper I signed, she came to talk to me. I don't know how to speak Spanish. I don't understand anything in Spanish. But the only thing he asked me, which other language do I understand? I say, yeah, I speak English and a little bit of Dutch. And I said, okay, fine. So the next day they brought this student nurse that came. The student nurse, I think she was a German. She came there for practice or something like that. So she came that early morning with the student nurse. They came to meet me in my room. And the student nurse was asking me which language I speak. She speak English as well. She speak Dutch. I say, yeah, I speak English and I speak a little bit of Dutch. She said, fine. So she started speaking with me. I was so excited, happy. At least for 5 days now, I had nobody to talk to. This woman, she always come to me, but I don't understand Spanish. I don't know how to speak. I really needed somebody to talk to speak to send at least, to go out for me. There are people I can still send them to, or if not any other place, to go to the church. There are people they can see there, that at least that I can send somebody there for them to know that I'm here. Since this man have left me here in the hospital. So I started talking with this girl. So she now told me that, do I know I signed paper? I said, yes, I signed. Dr. Nieto brought one paper for me to sign. She was asking, did I know what I signed? I said, no, I don't know. He said, you signed for them to remove the pregnancy.